Hey there, YouTube. Today, I just wanted to do a review on a firearm I purchased, I don't know, a month, 2 months ago. This is an Iver Johnson M1 carbine. I didn't buy it this way. It came with the original military type stock. I recently just purchased this paratrooper model stock from Sarco Inc. For a relatively good deal. I just finally fitted it, put it on there. It didn't fit quite right when I first got it. I had to do a little bit of sanding to get that receiver to fit in there a little bit better, along with the mag well. But anyways, enough about the stock. Let's go ahead and talk about the gun itself. I know a lot of people on the internet, from what I've read, say Iver Johnsons are the cheapest model of the commercial model M1 carbines, but tell you the truth, this gun it shoots really well. When I first bought it, it was having some malfunctions. It wasn't stripping around off the magazine and chambering it, so it wasn't chambering anything. But I went ahead and fixed that problem, got some new mags, and it shoots just fine now. When I had the gun apart, I also replaced the recoil spring, ejector spring, and extractor spring inside the bolt there. One of the cool things about this firearm is it was made in 1978 by Iver Johnson, the first year they were out. So almost all the parts on this gun are USGI parts, other than the receiver itself. Let me get in here and show you. It does say, let me get that to focus, hang on a second. Oh, yeah, I can't get it to focus. But right there, it says Iver Johnson, Middlesex, New Jersey, caliber 30. Other than that, from what I've found, everything else on the gun is USGI parts. If you can see here, get that to focus. And I don't know if I have enough light. Hang on a second. Yeah, I don't got enough light right here. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can get a light for you. Yeah, see that IRCO? That's an inland sight. I know the hammer from taking the whole thing apart is made by Rockola. If you guys don't know a lot about M1 carbines, I'm no mean an expert by any means, but the really cool thing about these particular firearms, especially the ones used in the wars, they were made by a whole number of different companies, and there was only one company that was an actual firearm manufacturer that made these things, and that was Winchester. But Inland was a division of GM. Obviously, the sight right there was made by them. Rockola made jukeboxes. There's Saginaw, or I don't know if I'm saying that right, Saginaw. Lots of other different companies. U.S. Postal Meter. They all made M1 carbine parts, and to help with the war effort, and a lot of the USGI models are parts from all those different companies put together, which is pretty cool. I've recently found that this gun is one of my favorite guns to shoot. Farthest I've shot it out is 200 yards at a steel plate, about a foot wide by 2 feet tall, and I can nail it every single time standing up. So it's a good shooter. That's why I bought it. I would feel bad if I bought a paratrooper model from World War II that was actually used and shot the crap out of it. That's something I would really want to keep and not shoot very much. But I got this guy and turned it into a little shooter. It's perfect for all applications. I do a lot of backpacking, and I hardly ever carry a rifle with me because they're really heavy, but this guy comes in about 5 pounds, so it's real light. Throw this little mag pouch on my belt, and I got 30 extra rounds right there, plus 15 in this mag, and plus 1 in the chamber, so 46 rounds total, and that's plenty for a backpacking trip of a few days for me. Also carry a sidearm, but I wanted to do a review and give a shout out to people if you're looking for an Iver Johnson. They're good little reproduction carbines, in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't think that, but this one's a straight shooter, a lot of fun to shoot. and I would recommend one if you don't want to buy a USGI model for, gosh, cheap ones are $700 for a cheap beat up one that looks like it was ran over by a tank. But anyways, the paratrooper models that were used in World War II can be upwards of $4,000 from what I found on the internet. So I just went ahead, bought the paratrooper stock for it, threw it on there, refinished it up a little bit, reblued some of the parts. Well, with a blue pen, I didn't do a great job, take the whole thing apart, strip it, and reblue it, but just made it look a little prettier. It's got character for me now, so if anybody is out there looking for one, I'd say go for it. Just make sure you check the gun out. If they allow you, take the gun apart and look at the the gas piston nut, all that area. Make sure there's nothing cracked, anything like that, and make sure the hammer's good, not all bent out of crap and beat up. And you should be good. If you can find one that's an older model that was made in the late 70s, in my opinion, those are the best, and what I've read, they are the ones that were made the best. From my knowledge, Plainfield made the receiver for this gun, or not Plainfield, Iver Johnson did, but they bought Plainfield machinery, and Plainfield's, from what I've heard, are pretty good commercial models. And the rest is USGI parts, which I think is pretty neat. So if you ever break a part, you can get online, buy a USGI part, and put it in there. Maybe do a little minor fitting, but it should fit. So anyways, guys, I hope you like it. And if you're looking for a cool little paratrooper stock to throw on your M1 carbine, you don't want to beat up the original stock or whatever, go on Sarco Inc. online, and they're about $149 for the stock. It may require a little bit of minor fitting. Mine took about, 20 minutes of a little bit of sanding here and there, and I got it to fit in there pretty good. It's a little tight around the receiver, but the slide's not binding on the wood or anything like that, so it should function fine. But, well, I hope you guys liked the video. Have any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and leave them for me. And have a nice day.